Lights are now out on the pace car. We're told we are going to go green this time by. Into turns 3 and 4. And as the pace car pulls off, race number 4 of the 2010 NASCAR Nationwide Series comes out of turn number 4 with pole sitter Brad Keselowski up on the high side, and we are green. And Keselowski gets loose.
Yeah, it didn't work out too good taking that outside lane right on the start.
Edwards gets around him. Kelly Byers is loose on the low side.
Yeah, I was concerned about that upper groove being a little bit slick. It's been sitting there for well over an hour without any cars being on it.
Now they did sweep it, and there's another car a little bit further back, the 32. Reed Sorensen, he gets high. He's going to lose some spots. Kelly Byers has got the 18. Here we go. Keselowski's just doesn't seem to have
look at Byers.
Look out, Byers. So already we've got a lot of wheel spin going on.
Yeah, these guys complained and talked to me a lot yesterday about how the exit of the corner was being affected by these tires. I think they're going to see racing side by side, which they haven't really done in practice. Is going to be that wall is going to affect them more there. So that combination is going to make this really interesting.
They see Kyle Busch now trying to work a little bit on the outside.
On board with Casey Kane. He's in the 38 car today, not Jason Leffler. Leffler's in the 10. Battle for third. And it looks like our pole sitter is going to be bumped back to fourth as Kyle Busch goes around.
Yeah, a little swap over move. You saw Kyle Busch go up really high in the corner, but then came down on the bottom and made the pass.
Greg Biffle in the 27. The next target in line as he's sizing up the 22 of Brad Keselowski. We can tell you up front, Joey Logano's picked up about a 3/10 of a second lead, leading his first laps ever here at Bristol in the Nationwide Series.
You got a big jam up back behind this group.
James Buescher, the number 1, is pulled into pit road.
He's got some damage on the front of that. And what I saw here yesterday in practice, these guys having to get out of the throttle on the exit of the corner. That's going to really create a backup and a lot of contact.
Biffle has gotten around the 22. Here comes Kane underneath the 22 of Keselowski. I can tell you that Johnny Chapman has already parked his car behind the wall as our first starting park.
I don't know what Brad Keselowski's fighting, but his car is going way up in the corner.
Now, Kelly Byers seems to have the same issue as well because he's right behind him there as he has been loose since the start.
Heard a lot of guys talk about that their car's bottoming out on this racetrack.
See, right on the start right here, Keselowski gets really loose. Carl Edwards has to make it 3 wide, and then you see Kelly Byers almost spin underneath.
Yeah, we talked about that rubber being getting down on the racetrack, as you see on the exit right here. And this is where I think we're going to see a lot of problems today. But that rubber being built up on the track that we saw through Cup practice, that sits there in the sun. It's just getting hotter. I think it's going to just create more problems. Here's the contact with the one car.
Oh, and Trevor Bayne. We had not seen that part. We just saw the end result.
Yeah, we see that a lot here at Bristol when you got a car right up on your outside. Sometimes you don't see him out there, and you go out for that extra room on the wall, and you get turned straight into it.
This is the battle for the race lead. Joey Logano, Carl Edwards. Edwards is closing down on him now. The biggest lead was 3/10 of a second. It's now down to about 1/10.
Yeah, they've got company right behind them.
Right behind them. You see that 18 car sneaking in the picture. There's Kyle Busch.
Kyle said in our pre-race show, if you were with us, he says it's about 100% luck here. You can have the greatest car in the world, as he found out twice last year, and not
these
win the race.
Leaders are also catching lap traffic, so that's going to make it a little more interesting too.
And we're not even 15 laps into this race, and they're already caught the tail end of the field. Here comes Carl Edwards try this on the low side. I think this is going to be difficult to do on the bottom.
While all this is going on, Carl takes another look on the low side, can't get it done, and here comes Kyle on the outside. We can tell you James Buescher did go back out on the track after coming into pit road. He had a commit lane violation. He's 5 laps down.
Well, you can see Kyle Busch had a run on Carl Edwards for that second spot, but ran in on lap traffic.
Yeah, Eric McClure, the 24 car, once it breaks your momentum, you got to start all over. Now you see more lap traffic coming into play as the 56 of Kevin LePage goes a lap down.
I can tell you, this is going to be a difficult day for these guys, already lapping traffic here.
Battle for 11th, the 33 of Kevin Harvick, the 5-time winner here, and Stephen Wallace right alongside. And here comes the 21 of John West Townley trying to get into that mix as well. And Brendan Gaughan, Stephen's teammate. Brendan always likes that higher line. Seems to work pretty well for him, although they have been chasing that car throughout practice and in through qualifying. Come back up front and you're saying, whoa, wait a minute, Kyle Busch. Yes, he has moved around Carl Edwards and now into second position, and he is closing in on Joey Logano. So the two Joe Gibbs Racing machines, and Joe Gibbs Racing has never won here in the Nationwide Series at Bristol. Running 1-2.
They've always had fast race cars here. Just the luck's never been on their side. Still got fast race cars today.
There's more lap traffic. They're trying to get around Derek Cope. They've already put Morgan Shepherd and Andy Ponstein both a lap down.
You see just how difficult it is, how quickly they caught this lap car, but now they're having a difficult time getting around him.
Yeah, Cope's got the preferred line, and the lower line.
Oh, it looks like Kyle Busch may have scraped the wall right there. Real close call.
You just can't hold it. Remember, that's 26 degrees banking down at the bottom of the track, graduating up to 30.
Lead now.
Here we go, and Kyle's going to take the high side around the 73. Cope's going to feel like a sandwich. And there goes Kyle.
Yeah, let's say Derek Cope might hold one of them off. He can't hold three of them off.
So give the race lead now to the 18 of Kyle Busch. He becomes our second leader.
Casey Kane up in this mix now, too. He's found his way up into the third spot.
Got around the 60 of Carl Edwards and is closing quickly. And he likes that high line. Remember, we talked with him before that, and he said it could become a problem a little bit later in the race because you're going to run out of room with the change in the safer barriers. There's your top five after 22 of 300 laps here at Bristol.
ESPN's coverage of the NASCAR Nationwide Series on ABC. Brought to you by Nationwide Insurance. Call or visit us online for a quote today. And Comfort Suites. When business travel leaves you drained, recharge with Comfort Suites.
And just as we come back, we're under our first caution here at Bristol, the 26 of Brian Keselowski, and you can see the net result. Yes, the safer barriers are a little softer than concrete, but not that soft.
They still won there.
Yeah, they usually do. Longest green flag stretch from a start of the race here at Bristol since April of '97. 32 laps. We made 31.
Yeah, it's like a little contact here. He got a little help, Brian did.
Yeah, he did.
Like the one car, James Busher, who had been in undergreen to make some repairs.
Brian was 32nd at the time of the crash. And Jason Keller was going to get the Aaron's Lucky Dog free pass. He was the first one a lap down. We should also tell you that Kevin LePage has taken it behind the wall. Danny O'Quinn has also parked it, and David Gilliland. So we have 4 cars behind the wall. Pit road was not open. Now remember, the 99 and the 1 had a little contact earlier, so they decided to come back down and take care of some business. They'll end up going to the back of the longest line. Here is also the 62 in.
Yeah, this could be a little bit of a mistake there. It looked like a lot of cars pitted there, and some of them followed them in, even though the pit road was closed. That'll make them start in the rear.
Yeah, this is a difficult place at this racetrack to see that light and the flag if this is open, because you have to make that commitment so early on the back straightaway as you get just between turn 1 and 2.
Well, and Trevor Bayne was running 11th. And let's correct ourselves. We just got word that NASCAR did open pit road.
Okay,
so,
well, it's hard for us to see it too. We couldn't see the light from the entrance of pit road from here.
Yeah, it is impossible for us to see, but it is easy to make that mistake. But it's nice for these guys that they're just going to start where they go back out on the track.
So right now it is Kyle Busch, your race leader, as we've knocked down 32 total laps. We've had 2 leaders. Joey Logano led for 21 laps. Kyle's led the last 11. Casey Kane has moved up to 2nd. Carl Edwards is now 3rd. And let's get an idea on the condition on the 22 from Brad Keselowski himself. Let's listen to the radio.
My car really came in after about lap 20, which is, I haven't identified it as air pressure or whatever it is, but it just was hammering the right front. I couldn't tell if it was spring or valence. As I moved up the track, it hit even harder. So